What's going on, guys? Austin here, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at 5-Minute Fantasy's Week 8 booming and busting wide receivers. So my start of the week, I'm going to say, is A.J. Brown, a receiver who admittedly has had a pretty disappointing season so far this year. But going up against an Indianapolis Colts secondary, the secondary is the weakest part of their defense, and I'm sure they would admit that. A.J. Brown is poised for a good game in this divisional matchup in which really I know that the Colts are kind of down in the standings, but they're coming into their own, especially offensively. So this should be a good time to target their best receiver. I'm going to say Emmanuel Sanders versus Miami. Emmanuel Sanders has been known to break away big plays a lot. I think the difference between Stephon Diggs and Emmanuel Sanders is not that big. I think that Stephon Diggs is just a little bit younger. Emmanuel Sanders, smart, savvy veteran, knows how to get open, knows how to get down the field. And so there's no reason why, on a broken play, he might not end up with a big touchdown in a big game this week. Marvin Jones at Seattle. Marvin Jones is I would say Marvin Jones is the Jacksonville Jaguars' best path towards a victory on most weeks. He's the best receiver on the team. He's the best offensive player on the team. Him and James Robinson would kind of share that back and forth because, obviously having a workhorse in the backfield is an important factor in terms of keeping leads. But Marvin Jones, as long as their defense is as bad as it is, Marvin Jones is going to be needed to get the big lead. And especially going up against a really bad Seattle defense. Obviously. I'm going to say Michael Pittman versus Tennessee. Tennessee's secondary is atrocious. And Michael Pittman and Carson Wentz are coming into their own. Enough said. Jarvis Landry versus Pittsburgh. Now, this one, kind of flipped on this one. I didn't really know if I wanted to start him or not, but he's coming off of an injury from 2 weeks ago. He slightly re-aggravated it. Now, if he's banged up and he's questionable and he doesn't play, obviously don't start him. But if he does, I think that he's going to be a crutch for Case Keenum. I think Case Keenum is just going to send him the ball as many times as he can because the Pittsburgh front seven is going to be really good against the run. And I'm going to say busting out is going to be Mike Evans at New Orleans. Now, this is my favorite matchup every year is watching Marshawn Lattimore go up against Mike Evans because Marshawn always gets the best of him, and it's great. It's great football, honestly. I love seeing defensive players succeed, especially in individual matchups. Love watching Jalen Ramsey, love watching Jair Alexander, love watching Marshawn Lattimore. And I'm going to say Calvin Ridley versus Carolina because he's either going to be covered by Stephon Gilmore or C.J. Henderson or maybe A.J. Bouye, which not great matchups, man. Not great. Tyreek Hill versus the New York Giants because the too high safety look that everybody's been giving Kansas City this year seems to be working, and it's been going very well against the big plays. The Giants' front seven has kind of come alive as of late. And so with the too high safety look and the Chiefs really needing to lock things in, I think they're going to play a more conservative, more run the football, short pass to Travis Kelce game. I wouldn't be surprised if Tyreek Hill ended up with 10 points. I'm going to say Deontay Johnson at Cleveland, mainly because I just don't think that Ben Roethlisberger is going to be able to extend plays long enough for him to get open down the field like he needs to. And going up against a defensive line that has 2 number 1 overall picks on it, and as good as the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line is, Ben Roethlisberger is just not what he used to be. And then Terry McLaurin at Denver, because he's probably going to be going up against Patrick Surtain, who is probably already a top 15 quarterback in the league. He's very good. And as much as I like Scary Terry, the Washington football team, their offense, Taylor Heineke, it's not as powerful as it would need to be for Terry to get off this matchup.